Quantum computing is not a single chip you buy off a shelf. It is a stack. 4 layers. Hardware at the bottom. Control electronics above that. Software and algorithms in the middle. Cloud access and enterprise services on top. Miss one layer and the whole system fails. A perfect qubit with bad calibration software is useless. A great SDK with no cloud queue is a science project. Today we walk the full stack bottom to top, and we follow the money at each stop. Layer 1 is physics. Superconducting qubits in dilution refrigerators cooled below 10 millikelvin. Trapped ions in vacuum chambers manipulated by lasers. Photonic chips routing entangled light. Neutral atom arrays in optical tweezers. Each architecture needs bespoke fabrication, cryogenics, microwave or laser control, and years of yield tuning. This layer eats capital. A single research-grade system can cost tens of millions. The money here goes to chip foundries, cryostat vendors, wiring and packaging, and the teams who keep coherence times climbing quarter after quarter. Layer 2 turns physics into commands. Arbitrary waveform generators, cryogenic amplifiers, FPGA controllers, real-time feedback loops that measure and correct qubit states thousands of times per second. Error mitigation starts here before the algorithm even runs. Vendors sell control stacks as turnkey racks. Labs build custom rigs. The money flows to microwave electronics firms, FPGA specialists, and the glue teams connecting room temperature control rooms to millikelvin chips through hundreds of calibrated cables. Layer 3 is where developers live. Circuit composers, Qiskit, CIRC, PennyLane, and vendor-specific SDKs. Transpilers that map your logical circuit onto noisy hardware with the least swap overhead. Error mitigation and correction routines baked into libraries. Hybrid quantum classical optimizers for chemistry and logistics. The money here is software licenses, cloud credits bundled with SDK access, and enterprise support contracts. Open source dominates learning. Paid tiers dominate production pilots. Layer 4 is the front door. IBM Quantum Platform, Amazon Breakit, Azure Quantum, Google Quantum AI. You do not ship hardware. You buy queue time, shop bundles, and managed research programs. Managed services wrap a stack. Calibration scheduling, job orchestration, result storage. Enterprise procurement loves this layer because it looks like the cloud bills they already understand. The money is subscriptions, reserved capacity, professional services, and government research contracts routed through familiar cloud marketplaces. Follow the dollars. Venture and government funding still flood hardware startups and national labs. Billions annually across North America, Europe, and Asia. Cloud portals capture recurring revenue from enterprises' testing optimization and chemistry workflows. Software vendors monetize support and managed runtimes. The control electronics layer is quieter but sticky, repeat hardware sales on every new qubit generation. Services and consulting sit on top, helping Fortune 500 teams interpret noisy results. The stack is a funnel. Most public headlines sit at the bottom. Most near-term revenue sits at the top. Your move. Draw your own stack diagram. Which layer do you touch today? Which layer does your employer pay for? If you are a developer, you live in layer 3 and rent layer 4. If you are an investor, watch layer 1 burn rate and layer 4 recurring traction. If you are a student, start at the cloud door and drill down. The stack clarifies every confusing quantum headline. Tune in tomorrow. We cover quantum networking, how entanglement links move from lab curiosity to infrastructure bet. Subscribe if you want the future without the fluff.